What's up, guys, and how are y'all doing? I'm doing okay. Just getting over being sick. Took an antibiotic. I'm on that, so let's hope everything gets better. But hey, listen, I hope you guys are doing well. And tonight, whenever you're watching this, we're talking about the new release video game to film adaptation, Uncharted, starring Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. Now, when I said adaptation, I mean adaptation. This is not a remake of the game. This is an adaptation of the game. Now, listen, I have never played an Uncharted game. I've seen some gameplay footage, and I've heard of the character Nathan Drake, but you want to know something? I don't know the actual stories of the games. So when I go into this, I'm just going in as a guy that's a movie fan, and I want to see a good film. Did I get that? Yes, I did. I got a good film. This might be the best video game to film adaptation we've gotten yet. I like this better than the Tomb Raider 2018 film. That was up there for me. I like that more. I like this more, I should say. And look, let's just get straight to it. This is an extremely entertaining film. I can't speak, apparently. This is an extremely entertaining film. Ruben Fleischer is the director of this. He directed Zombieland, Zombieland 2, and Venom, the first Venom movie. And this is his probably second best movie. This is probably better than Zombieland 2. I don't know if it's as good as Zombieland 1. That movie was kind of like lightning in a bottle type thing. But this is a very solid film. The pacing is so good, so entertaining from beginning to end. And I'll tell you, Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg have incredible chemistry. They are fantastic in this movie. Tom Holland has the first opening scene of the film is like a glimpse of what's to come. And a lot of ADR from him or, oh, geez, here we go, or, it's just action stuff. That all goes away. It was all just like in this opening sort of 2-minute sequence to where we see, it was in the trailers. I won't really spoil it, but it's a glimpse of a thing that's going to happen later in the movie. And a lot of it was just like, oh, geez, here we go. Oh, great. Oh, shit! All that type of thing. And I'm thinking, oh boy, hopefully the ADR is not going to be like that in the film. And it's not. First sequence. But I'll tell you, along with that first sequence, I did not think that 100% of the visual effects in this movie were great. I thought 80% of the effects were really good. A lot of the close-up stuff, green screen stuff, for the most part, worked really good, and it looked great. But I think the visual effects were not that good when you had wide shots of particularly ships that we see in trailers and stuff that's flying in the sky, including Tom Holland when he's pushed out of a helicopter. When we see him jumping up the cargo, looked very CGI to me. It looked like a PlayStation 4 graphic. Didn't look like it, very realistic to me. But a lot of the close-up stuff did. You can tell when they're fighting on certain things. It's like, okay, it's an actual set. But when we pull back, okay, it's visual effects, and you can tell. The other thing that didn't work in this film for me is the villains. Antonio Banderas, this Tati Gabrielle character, they are the most mustache-twirling villains in a film I've seen in a very long time. Nothing to these characters. They tried to give Antonio Banderas something, but it all falls completely flat. I mean, he is playing the evil Puss in Boots in this movie. He is so just diabolical in his portrayal. And it falls flat. Same thing for Tati Gabrielle. If she had a mustache, she'd be twirling it this whole film as well. You also got this little character, Sophia Taylor-Alley plays Chloe in the movie. She's another sort of hunter for this sort of thing. And I thought she was okay. She I didn't know how to feel about her when we first find her. But towards the end of the film, it's like, okay, it's an interesting character, and we'll see where we go. But look, Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg get you through this movie. And I'll tell you, Mark Wahlberg, this is the best he's been in a while. He is so charismatic in this movie, so likable, and so is Tom Holland as well. I think the trailers didn't do him justice in a way. I think some of the trailers and some of the the lines of dialogue that are placed in the trailers, it happens in different times, or maybe they use different cuts in the movie, and it just flows better in the film. So it's not like he's just phoning in a performance. I think he's actually not bad in the film. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to the depths that he did in Spider-Man: No Way Home. He's not that good in this, but he's very good as a leading man. Look. I think the film is very entertaining, and the only problems I have with it, hey, the villains are as thin as a sheet of paper and as wooden as a park bench. Not acting wooden, but writing wise wooden. And some of the visual effects just kind of took me out of it. Also, there's a post-credit scene, which I don't know why they even teased in the trailer. I won't spoil what it is, but it's kind of obvious if you think about it. But there's a not post, there's a mid-credit scene. And it felt like they were trying to set up for something. It's like, okay, you kind of already did that, but now we're having a post-credit scene to do it even more. Too much. This is not a Marvel film. Remember what you are. You're not a Marvel film. You're not setting up a cinematic universe. Do your movie, and if it's successful, do another one. And if you want to sprinkle teases throughout the end of the film or whatever, go ahead and do that. But don't give us a mid-credit scene solely devoted to a future story. It just didn't work for me, and I got quite bugged by it. But in the end of the day, look, Uncharted is a very solid 4 out of 5 for me, and it's one of the best of the year so far. I highly recommend it. Look, I haven't played the games, but if you want to go see an adaptation of this and these characters from this game series, go see it. You can have a ball of fun. It's entertaining. If you're not entertained by this film, I don't know what can entertain you. I really don't, because this is an extremely entertaining film, led by two great leads with Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland. But yeah, guys, that's my thoughts on Uncharted. Comment down below. What do you think about the film? Do you plan on seeing it? What are your thoughts? Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I wasn't able to do a live show this past week. I was under the weather, as I said, but we're getting there. So, next Wednesday, we got some exciting stuff. There's quite a few things coming out Tuesday as well, including Green Mile. And I think the Kingsman trilogy Steelbook box set is something that I'm getting. So that'll be exciting. But yeah, hey, look, Cyrano is a movie coming out wide next week. I'm excited to see Cyrano, a film that got one Oscar nomination. It just didn't get out there quick enough and the way it should. So now it's coming out in practically March. So it just missed the bandwagon. They did a horrible job putting this movie out. But I'm still excited to see it, and it looks good. And guess what? The Batman, 2 weeks away. So that's all very exciting, guys. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. Twitter at RyanKing72 and Instagram at KingOfRises131. More on those in the description of this video. And guys, that's been it for me. Thank you so much for watching my review for Uncharted. And until next time, over and out.